What's up? What's up? Kumusta ang lahat dyan? Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Kumusta po kayo? Kumusta? Tuloy natin yung discussion natin. Kumusta po ang lahat? No? So, kanina na-discuss natin yung social entrepreneurship. So, ngayon discuss natin ang corporate social responsibility. Yan. Kumusta? Ah, dito na naman tayo sa ating talakayan. Of course, nasa subject pa rin tayo business ethics, social responsibility. Yan ang maganda dyan, di ba? Para masaya ang araw, gabi pala, no? Gabi na. Oras is 11:22 p.m. June 10, 2021 sa araw ng Webes. Yan. Good evening sa inyo, no? Anybody who has an idea about corporate social responsibility? Shout out sa mga kaibigan natin dyan. Si Armando, kaibigan ko taga Pampanga. Nakalimutan ko. Kapatid, kaibigan. Shout out sa friendship natin dyan sa Armando Andres ba yun? Excuse me. Okay. May idea na kayo sa corporate social responsibility. Corporation. Kasi ang corporation meron niyang core value. Malasakit. Teamwork. Mga kanyang core value. Actually, isa sa nakita kong malasakit sa Chokes to Go. Nagmamalasakit yung mga empleyado. Doon na yung during the kasagsagan ng COVID-19 ng time. So, yung frozen nila, yung chicken ng Chokes to Go. Siyempre, nag-close ang mga tindahan, di ba? Sa palengke, makita mo, walang nag-open ng mga araw, di ba? Hindi nag-open ng mga tindahan. So, paano naman yung mga chicken ng like Chokes to Go? Masisira. So, ginawa nila, di ba? Because of core value, nagkaroon sila ng tinatawag na reseller. Or sila mismo, yung mga empleyado nila, pumunta sa barangay at naglagay ng table, ibininda yung mga frozen nila na dati linuluto nila at binibili ng tao kapag normal, new normal na. So, bininta nila. Magay sila ng table sa barangay. Actually, that is one of the strategy. And then aside from that, siyempre marami din pa rin sila ng frozen. Lalaki yung mga manok nila siguro kung sila din ang gumagawa ng chicken. Sa poultry nila. So, ginawa nila yung mga nasa barangay official, mga leader sa barangay, o customer mismo nila, ginawa nila is naging distributor. So, aside sa mga distributor sa barangay, kinonvert nila into distributor. Yung mga customer na nila ang distributor, yung customer na nila nagbibinta. So, kikita rin sila ng bagya. Yan yung tinatawag na social entrepreneurship din. Pero that is the corporation, it would be so-called corporate social responsibility. Yan correct me if I'm wrong. That's the maybe the how we are going to understand the social entrepreneurship. Simple business, you can perform social entrepreneurship. So, but right now, we are going to discuss the corporate social responsibility. Yan. I-discuss natin yan, mga kaibigan, mga kapatid. Ano nga ba itong corporate social responsibility? Corporation. Diba? Kung sa social entrepreneurship, mayroong solving social responsibility problems. Dito, ano naman ang corporate social responsibility? Sabi, ang definition, corporate social responsibility is a term used to describe a company's obligation to be sensitive to the needs of all stakeholders in its business operation. stakeholders. Diba? Mayari ng business, mga empleyado, supplier, customer, community, yan, creditors, stakeholders, etc. etc. Lalo na sa business operation. Obligation mo sa mga empleyado mo, corporate social responsibility. Obligation mo sa kliyente, obligation mo sa suppliers, obligation sa stockholders, obligation sa mga investors. That is why yung mga empleyado minsan nagre-request yan ng yung produkto nyo, let's say feeding, foods, can, mga sardinas, mga corned beef, etc. So, ang empleyado, pwede yung mag-request or mayroon community lalapit sa corporation na magkaroon ng feeding. Even the corporation itself, initiative, their initiative, do such obligation like corporate social responsibility in feeding program. That is one of the example, right? Let me continue to read this to you guys. Corporate social responsibility, another bullet point. The company stakeholders include the following, namely, owners, investors, sinabi ko na, suppliers, customers, employees, and community. Third bullet point, the community stakeholders may include the government and environment that the companies operate in. Guys, get your pin, module, I should say, test paper, paper I should say. For note, mag-note kayo. Sino yung mga stakeholders? Owners, investors, suppliers, customers, employees, and community. Even the government. Community stakeholders, who are they? Include the government and environment that the companies operate in. That is why, yung mga kalikasan, nasa mining corporation, sinira ang kalikasan, bring it back to the originality position. Magtanim ulit ng may balik mo kayo yung lupa doon sa mina. Di ba? Ayan guys, ano manifestation of the practice of CSR include the what? Sa corporate social responsibility, meron yung manifestation. Anong mga yan? Una, social commitment to programs beyond the immediate community of the enterprise. Commitment, social commitment. Number 2, rapport between the business and the community. Ano ibig sabihin ng rapport, mga kapatid? Word for today, rapport. Hanapin ko na para sa inyo, Rapport. Good move to, good action, Kaibigan or more connection. Ayun ba? Sabi rapport.
Rapport.
Rapport. A close and harmonious relationship in which the people or groups concerned understand each other's feelings. Yung feelings ng ibang tao, concerned ka, naintindihan mo, or ideas, and communicate well. May komunikasyon, naintindihan mo ang feelings ng iba. That's the so-called in a manifestation about the corporate social responsibility. Alright. Mga kaibigan natin dyan, shoot out, batch 99. Manifestation, pagpapakita. Okay? Alright. Masaya ba tayo ngayong araw? Tandaan display, demonstrating, showing. This is the showing of the CSR rapport between the business and the community. Relationship, understanding, ideas of the communities. Another manifestation, pagpapakita ng corporate social responsibility, health and safety. Involved din pala ang health and safety. Family, yan. May pamilya ka ba? Lahat naman tayo, di ba, may pamilya. Welfare and equal opportunity programs. Ayan na. Inclusive of reward systems and legal reasonable working hours. Yan yung corporate social responsibility, ha? Overtime ba kayo ng overtime dyan? Hindi na yung corporate social responsibility. Pero anyway, bayad naman, sabi nila, para lumaki-laki yung sahod, di ba? Another, number 4, manifestation of corporate social responsibility. Sustainable environment programs. That is why yung mga recycle, basura, yung plastic, ayan, meron tayong mga ganyan. Minsan, di ba, may ang community, through the donations of the corporation, they have the machine. So whatever, sustainable environment programs. Cleaning green, recycle. Ang iba nga nagiging gagawang from scrap to cost or value, pwede binta, right? Okay, ito naman yung benefits ng corporate social responsibility. We are done about the manifestation, about the benefits of the social responsibility. Ito yung practice of CSR include the enhancement. Una, the business reputation and goodwill. Yan yung benefits. Kakaroon ng business reputation and goodwill. Pag sinabing goodwill, that is intangible or not physical substance. Like Nike. Yung Nike, may goodwill. Kahit anong produkto, pag Nike, di ba? Mahal or may quality kasi. Magandang image. May goodwill, may pangalan, kilala. Lalo na si Michael Jordan naging model. Ngayon ako, kinukuha ko model ng Nike. Ang problema, pandemic naman. Walang basketball. Golf ang laro ko sana yan Alright. Lumalabas yung buko sa ilong pag conscious ang pag ganyan. Anyway, yun already the goodwill. Yan yung isa sa benefits ng corporate social responsibility. Number 2, another benefits of the corporate social responsibility, awareness for the enterprise. Nakikilala yung negosyo mo. That is why what I was telling to you, when you perform or conduct a corporate social responsibility, unless you have an idea or learn that your potential customer or clients will be attending for such corporate social responsibility that you're going to do or so whatever it is. And there is the future or potential clients. And also, people will just share the features or the products or the service that you offer once they learn about your product or service. They will talk to, they were going to communicate or share the ideas to the people. And number 3, another benefits in corporate social responsibility, we have the so-called loyalty from clients. Of course, because when you help your clients, let's say for their programs, which means, let's say for example, one of the community request for the program or whatever their programs or projects that you sponsor or you give donations to your clients, so of course the loyalty of your clients will consistent, will show. And obviously, benefits yan sa isang corporation, sa isang business. So why we call this corporate social responsibility? Because this would be about core business. Karamihan corporation to. Number 4 about the benefits of corporate social responsibility is efficiency and dedication of employees. Okay, efficiency. You finish the work in the right time, that based on the SOP that the product or the process of such product or the service, this would be finished more or less, in the maximized time, let's say 1 hour. Therefore, your employee will finish it in 1 hour. But if they are not efficient, so more than 1 hour, kasi chill lang, hindi nabi-pressure. Kasi Wala kang corporate social responsibility. Ang mga empleyado mo, lagi mong pinapa-overtime. Paano yung magiging productive kinaumagahan? Puyat, gutom. Lalong-lalo na kung ang sahod nila na-delay. Saan ang corporate social responsibility niya? And of course, bigyan mo ng mga goods pagka nag-Christmas or even quarterly. Yeah? And then also, give an scholarship to their children. The children of your employees. That is another corporate social responsibility, scholarship program. Patience and dedication of employees. Alright? Etc. Etc. Ang dami, no? Number 5, another benefits for the corporate social responsibility, provision of tax benefits. Of course, kapag marami kang program mga ganyan, may advantage yan sa provision of tax benefits as what I have said. As that would be seems like a substance of expense. So your gastos is mataas, so mababa ang income. So probably taxable income mo mababa. And then it would create goodwill nga, di ba, to the government, especially when the government is the recipient of your obligation in performing of the corporate social responsibility. May tax amnesty ba mangyayari dyan? Most probably, if you want to learn about the substance of the tax benefits, you may study that, research mo na lang. Okay, corporate social responsibility. The aforementioned benefits of product recognition and corporate awareness are seen in the following examples of enterprises that have reached out to communities through their CSR programs. Ito na yan, aforementioned about sa benefits. Una, school building construction by Chevron or Caltex. Yan ang corporate social responsibility. Si Caltex, nagkaroon ng school building construction. That's another, that is one of the example. Yung Chevron. Kaya makita nyo sa Caltex, may Chevron, yung mga resibo nila. School building construction. Just imagine. Diyan lang, kahit ang Jimmy, di ba, pag binalita nila, ABS-CBN, di ba, nagdodonate sila ng classroom? That is the corporate social responsibility. Malaking tulong yan. Goodwill ng iyong company at tax benefits. Number 2, supplementary feeding program. Yung sinabi ko sa'yo, feeding program of, like, let's say, CDO, Food Sphere, let's say, Century Pacific Food Incorporated, yung Argentina, Sardines, and Odyssey Foundation Incorporated. I don't know kung mayroon pang yung Odyssey. I don't know, yan ang supplemental feeding programs. Feeding, no? Ano sa mga children, right? Sa mga orphanage. Alright. Number 3, aforementioned benefits of product recognition. Communities, ano yung mga CSR programs? Number 3, collection and distribution of toys by Jollibee. Are you collecting the toys of the Jollibee? Pero as we learn that you bought a certain in the menu of the Jollibee, and there is together the toys, no? Distribution. Maganda kung libre, di ba? Pero I don't know, I think libre, hindi lang natin nakita yung ganun na ginagawa nila. So, basta sinabi dito, CSR programs of the Jollibee, collection and distribution of toys. And number 4, another CSR programs, waste management programs of Nestle. Ano yung program ni Nestle? Waste management program. Kalat, management program. Alright. Number 5, kay SM Foundation, ano yung corporate social responsibility programs niya? We have the book donations. Book donations. I believe that even the National Bookstore is perform this one. Also the book donations and other publisher. So that is this corporate social programs. And then number 6, we have the so-called Center of Excellence in Education support from the Ayala Foundation. Center of Excellence. So you may study this one na lang, ha? Baka magkamali pa ako ng sila. But anyway, I think this would be I should say most probably this would be recognition, support by the Ayala Foundation. Center of Excellence. Okay? Shout out sa mga ano man tawag dito? Paring Arvin Villavicencio and Maring Miriam. Sa mga kaibigan natin yan, sa mga dating katrabaho natin. Alright? Okay. Next, we have the so-called Red Schoolhouse of Coca-Cola. Red Schoolhouse of Coca-Cola. And then the next one, Carry All Changi at the Green Hills Shopping Mall. Carry All Changi. Nakapunta na ba kayo sa Green Hills? May Changi dyan. And number 9, recycling projects of Tetra Pak Philippines with partner schools. Okay? So, yan yung mga CSR programs. Mga selected qualified donees or beneficiary of CSR. Siyempre, pag may CSR program, mayroong beneficiaries, recipients of the program. Sino yan? Una, government. Hindi yan naman walang gobyerno. Nagiging recipient sa programa ang gobyerno, guys. Okay? Pangalawa, recipients ng CSR program, corporate social responsibility, yung academic. Diba? Mga school. Yan ang mga nagiging recipients. Number 3, foreign institution or international organization in compliance with agreement under the Philippine government. Yan. Foreign institution or international organization. Number 4, recipients or beneficiaries of CSR Philippine Council for Non-Governmental Organization or NGO certification, PCNC, and or PCNC certified organization. Na? Number 5, other non-stock or non-profit organization. Yan yung mga CSR, beneficiary of CSR programs. Okay? Okay, corporate social responsibility models and stewards. Wala ako tubig, ha. Kumusta kayo dyan? Tutugtog lang. Sarap sana magtugtog ng music dyan, ano? Okay. Okay. Ano yung models and stewards? Right, guys. Ang corporate social responsibility, may models and stewards. Ano yan? Many Philippine stewards of education belong to the poorest list of Philippines. 50 richest people, Henry C. Senior, John Gokungwi, yung mga billionaire, no? And Andrew Tan. At saka yung iba pa. Nelson Porciuncola. Oh, yan. Yung mga models and stewards. Sila yan, ha? Yan ang mga yan sila mga initiator ng corporate social responsibility. Kasi sila yung may-ari karamihan ng mga corporation. Stewards. Models. Another, second bullet point. The men and women in the simultaneous creation of wealth and service to their fellow men include familiar corporations in names such as Socorro Ramos of the National Bookstore. Sinabi ko sa'yo. Manuel B. Pangilinan of PLDT and Washington Saisef of SGB Incorporated. Yung SGB, yan yung auditing firm. SGB. Alright. mga accountant, auditor, Ayan yung mga model natin, sa corporate social responsibility. Okay? Go Kung Wei, Henry C, ano ba yan? Manuel B. Pangilinan, Socorro Ramos, Washington Saisip of SGB Incorporated. Another model, sabihin natin nga, emphasize nga natin si Henry C. Senior. Top the 2013 Forbes Philippines 50 richest people for 7 consecutive years, due largely to the rising share prices of SM Prime Holdings, mga real property, kondo-kondo, lupa, ganon. The Philippines' largest mall operator and Banco de Oro. Yan ang mga pag-aari ni Andersey, mall, tsaka Banco de Oro. SM Prime Holdings. And then, one of the country's largest banks. Yan yung Banco de Oro. BDO na yata yan ngayon, di ba? Corporate social responsibility models, another model, and stewards. Through the SM College Scholarship Program. Scholarship, sabi ko nga, di ba, sa empleyado, magbigay ka ng scholarship. Yan ay isang corporate social responsibility. He also grants full matriculation and monthly allowance to its scholars in the following fields. Example, accountancy. Sa SM, mayroon scholars sa accountancy, sa civil engineering, sa computer science, electronics and communication engineering. Yan ang mga scholarship ni SM. Electrical engineering. Number 7, elementary education, information management, information technology. Number 10, mechanical engineering. Secondary education, major in biology, chemistry, English, mathematics, or physics. Ganon din ang DOST, yung government. Mayroon silang scholarship. Ang tawag niyan mga yan is corporate social responsibility. So now you know. Hindi na bago sa iyo yan, Kaya pagka nagpe-perform tsaka kwentuhan ng corporate social responsibility, yan ang maalala mo sa SM. Kapag tinanong naman ng social entrepreneurship, maalala mo si Jaime Imperial Ayala, award din ng Ernst & Young kasi Social Entrepreneurs of the Year. Kasi tumulong, yung sinolve niya ang problema ng society. Alright? And tsaka ang corporate social responsibility, in our topic, this would be based on the core businesses, not in the community social problem, solving social problem. That was in the primary, I should say, meaning of the social entrepreneurship. Right? Models and stewards ulit. Si Ramos, sino naman to? Was presented with the second Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, Philippines. Si Ramos, na-recognize na ni Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year, Philippines Award in 2005. The National Bookstore Foundation Incorporated, or NBSFI, was founded in 2004. Tinayo palang National Bookstore 2004 with familiar education-related initiatives such as the following. Dito sa National Bookstore, ano yung mga yon? Buklat Aklat Mobile Library. Ano ito? Buklat Aklat Mobile Library. Ano to? This visits public elementary schools. Bibisita daw sa mga public elementary schools all over the Philippines and introduces outstanding fiction and non-fiction. Totoo, hindi totoo. Non-fiction Filipino children's literature to grade 1 to 6 students. Buklat Aklat Mobile Library. Yan yung initiative ni National Bookstore. Si Ramos was presented with the second Ernest Young. Okay? Naulit lang. Okay. Ramos was another Project Aral. This is an annual back to school program that delivers basic school supplies to public school students. bigay ng basic school supply to the public school students. Okay. Number 4, another Project Aklat. This is an annual book drive. The Rises Book Donation for NBSFI Established Library. Bigyan mo sa National Bookstore, nag-donate ng libro. Kaya meron ang beneficiary niya ni school. Another kay National Bookstore, si Ramos. A Special School Project Yolanda with the help of USAID. This project donated 17,500 bags with basic supplies to more than 100 schools in northern Cebu, Ormoc, and Leyte. Tumulong sila sa mga lugar na yan. Basic supplies. Ayan ang mga tulong ni National Bookstore. Matutuwa ka dahil mabubuting tao sila. Matulungin sa mga kapwa. Sa enterprise, sa corporate social responsibility, excuse me, kailangan, no? Mapagbigay ka sa mga partners. And then, susiklian ka din. Lalo na sa mga empleyado. Kaya, ang enterprise, tinitingnan dyan yung partners, employees, environment. Tatandaan nyo yun, enterprise, mayroong tinatawag na give and take, partners, employees, environment, communities, suppliers, customers. So, those are stakeholders, right? Ang premise dyan kay CSR, no? CSR practices will bring profit if the time frame is long enough. Kasi ba naman, ang corporate social responsibility dapat consistent ka niyan. Piniperform yearly. Lalo na kung 50 years of practicing this corporate social responsibility. Maalala ka at maalala ka. Sinong corporation ang naalala nyo na tumutulong? Yung scholarship ni SM, sa matagal yan, long enough. So, mara-recognize. DOST, kilala natin because they perform it long enough. That's the premise. Nagbibigay ng profit. Pero, ang DOST, hindi naman yung profitable. What I'm referring to, the business, right? Dyan. So, in return of the performing of the obligation of the corporation about the corporate social responsibility, will bring profit to the company itself. Okay? Kaya nga mayroon tinatawag na you are able to compare the profit that you realized on a certain period compared to the corporate social responsibility. So let's say you perform corporate social responsibility this year, and next year you haven't performed it. So therefore, you are able to compare when you perform corporate and when you're not perform corporate social responsibility. Compare, and then what is the result? The difference of the outputs, the so-called profit. So mas bang kita nung nag-perform ka ng CSR o bumaba. So makikita mo yan. Okay? Mga kapatid sa pananampalataya. Actually, yung tinatawag natin na corporate social responsibility, this would be making a difference in people lives. Kaya nga meron tayong topic na business beyond profit motivation, because this would be not all about the earning or about the profit, about to making difference in people lives. Baguhin mo ang buhay ng tao. Because, the corporation, aside from the performance that the corporation paying the tax, huge amount. Aside from that, the practice, the so-called corporate social responsibility. So, that's how the corporation or the business, the big corporation or multinational corporation help to the people. That is the so-called inequality, nagiging equal. Kaya meron tayong progressive rate pa sa The more that you earn, If your earning in business is higher, so therefore your tax will higher as well. Okay? So, profit in the lifeblood. Ah, napakalagang mga bagay na yan. Connection, body, mind, spirit, energy, environment. Alam mo, sabi ko nga, is the business, the corporate social responsibility within the core business. That is why in the value, corporate value, you have to give a design. Una, design. Pangalawa, delivery. Pangatlo, sustain and strategy. Okay? So, paano yung value na yan sa corporate social corporate value? Mag-design ka, mag-deliver ka, sustainable, and may strategy ka. That's the CSR. Okay. Ways to become profitable in terms of the CSR. Kailangan tayo sustainability plans to corporate mission. Kaya nga sabi nga, core business ang pag-perform ng CSR. Be prepared to experiment what worked and what isn't working. Kasi nag-perform ka ng corporate social responsibility, kaya nga sabi CSR sometimes is bias. Kasi more on tumutulong ka kasi alam mo may makukuha ka eh. Pero not in the general in the general aspects, I should say. Actually, pag nagsi-CSR ka, you are able to determine or listen for customer preferences. And then, okay. And then, what is the problem in the corporate social responsibility? Sometimes when you have corporate financial targets, siyempre, for the expansion of your business, especially this one, nagpe-perform ka ng CSR, but we are now in the COVID-19, the crisis, this one. So, walang binta ang negosyo, you perform CSR pa rin. So, about the corporate financial targets, the expansion of your business, na compromise, no? Lalo na kung scholarship ang binigay mo sa mga bata. Kailangan naman titigil sila sa pag-aaral. Nagkaroon ng COVID-19, pandemic, apektado ang corporate financial targets mo. Masustain mo kaya yung scholarship. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, nadidesign niya, delivery, sustain, and strategy. So, in strategy, you are able to anticipate the fortuitous event, no? Even the man-made, no? Crisis, like this one, this would be fortuitous event. I should say, maybe the COVID-19 is fortuitous event or man-made. So, paano mo ma-meet yung corporate financial targets? So, that's the very important. And now, you're going to sustain the corporate social responsibility in giving scholarship to those students. If you don't have, if you are not in financial capacity, you are not financially stability. So, yan na, matutuwa ka sa mga senaryong ganun, mga kapatid, sa pananampalataya. Kumusta mga kaibigan natin dyan sa mga estudyante ko dyan? Friendship na kaibigan na kumpare. Excuse me. Siyempre, antukin ka rin. 10 examples of exemplary CSR initiatives. Corporate social responsibility, mamumulot ka ng basura, pwede din yung corporation. replanting ng corporation, donation. Matutuwa ka kapag ganyan ang negosyo. May pakialam sa community. Kasi magkakaroon ng corporate reputation. Gagaling yan sa customer attitude. Ang reputation ng corporation, manggagaling yan sa customer attitude, customer satisfaction. Lalo na sa customer attitude, dalawa yan, economic, responsibility, tsaka yung social responsibility, kasama yan doon sa customer attitude and customer satisfaction. Social responsibility, yan yung tinatawag na kailangan tinitingnan mo as a corporation to perform the corporate social responsibility. That's the so-called social responsibility. In corporate social responsibility, you must perform economic responsibility, especially the environmental responsibility. In corporate social responsibility, kailangan mo perform yan na tatlo. Economic responsibility, social responsibility, environmental responsibility. What is the result of those? The three. Customer attitude. Kita mo reaction ng attitude. Loyal sa corporation niya. Customer satisfaction. Pag mayroon ka niya, magkakaroon ng corporate reputation. Ha? Ang mga mahalagang tinitingnan dyan, mga kapatid, sa pananampalataya. So, kumusta ang mga gawain natin sa araw-araw? Ha? Tutuwa pa rin ba? Dako. CSR. Pag sa CSR ka, we have the corporate social responsibility, CSR. Ang internal areas of responsibility sa CSR, yung market responsibility or economic efficiency. Market responsibility or economic efficiency. Next bullet point, in internal areas of responsibility that in respect to the CSR is legal compliance without loopholes. Pag sinabing loopholes, ano ibig sabihin loopholes? Loopholes. Intindihan natin. Loopholes.
Loophole.
Loophole. An ambiguity or inadequacy in the law or a set of rules. An arrow slit in a wall. Loophole. Escape clause. Ambiguity. Lilito ka ba? Ganun. Confusing. Yan yung legal compliance without loopholes. Legal compliance, klarado sa iyo yung legal compliance, okay? Without loopholes. Without ambiguity. Internal areas of responsibility. How about the middle areas of responsibility? Middle areas of responsibility. Una, values. Pangalawa, environmental standards. Pangatlo, labor standards. Pangapat, supply chain management. And then the last one is stakeholders. Yung customer, supplier, employees, creditors, etc. Yan yung middle areas of responsibility. Nakasinto kang tingin dyan, Yan lagi dinidino. About external areas of responsibility about in CSR, corporate social responsibility. Yung contributions. Corporate giving, contribution. Next one, sponsoring. External areas of responsibility. And the last one, social activities. Yung tinatawag natin corporate volunteering. Volunteering. Corporate volunteering. Actually, maganda ang corporate social responsibility, guys. Amazing. Sobrang amazing. Okay? Kung iintindihin natin ang bonggang-bongga. Any question about the corporate social responsibility? Four components, no? Responsibility. Sabi ko nga, understanding the four components. Corporate social responsibility. Sa column ng responsibility, nandyan yung economic. Nandoon yung legal. Nandyan ang ethical. Nandyan ang discretionary. Discretionary, ibig sabihin, maging philanthropic ang corporation. Responsibility, under niya, economic, legal, ethical, discretionary, or philanthropic. Societal expectation. Ang economic, required yon sa social expectation. Societal expectation. Yung halimbawa, be profitable, maximize sales, maximize cost, etc. Yan yung economic responsibility. Ang required, be profitable. Example be profitable, maximize sales, minimize cost. Siyempre, pag mataas ang sales, ang revenue, mababa ang cost, ang expense, okay, maganda. Malaki ang kita. Yan yung economic in terms of responsibility. Understanding the apat na components ng CSR. Let's go into the legal. Anong required sa legal about the societal expectation? Obey laws and regulation. Sumunod sa batas at sa regulation. Alright? About number 3, ethical. Societal expectation. Ano to? Required ba to o expected? Sa ethical, expected lang. Parang norm. Pag sa economic and legal, merong values o required talaga na ito ang gawin sa societal expectation. Kasi ang society ito yung na-expect. Sa economic, required. Be profitable, maximize sales, minimize cost. Yan yung societal expectation. Sa legal, required talaga na sumunod ka sa laws and regulation. Pero sa ethical, ini-expect ng societal expectation, halimbawa, do what is right, fair and just. Diniscuss natin yan sa business ethics, mga fairness and transparency. Report pa ngayon ni Nicole Benavides. Miss Nicole Benavides. Ethical, responsibility as a CSR, ang expectation ng societal, do what is right, fair and just. How about as a philanthropic, in action of the CSR, the discretionary, ito yung desired or expected. Either desired or expected. Ano yun? Example, be a good corporate citizen. Be a good corporate citizen. Yan. Kapatid, sa pananampalataya. So, we learn a lot, no? In this discussion. So, matutuwa ka dyan. Kahit pa paano, natututo tayo ng bagya. Models corporate social responsibility. Matutuwa ka pag naintindihan natin lahat ng bagay yan. Kasi ang pyramid ng four responsibilities, kung ang pyramid yan, pinakamababa yung economic. Ang susunod dyan, siyempre mas malaki yun. Pyramid, di ba? Pyramid. Yung sa baba, una, economic. Sunod, legal, ethical, and then pinakadulo, philanthropic. Actually, mga nangunguna sa pag-perform ng mga CSR. Karamihan na makikita mo Amazon, Hallmark, Samsung, Kellogg's, Sunny. Sunny. Ni Sunny pangalan na. Sony. Oh, yeah! Lalo na yung Johnson Johnson. Tumutulong talaga yan sa community. O Rolex. Okay. Intel. Yung computer. Netflix. The Walt Disney Company. Yan yung mga tumutulong. Marami. Guys, I think ito na muna so far. So, I hope you learn a lot about the corporate social responsibility. Ingatan kayo ng Panginoon. Hanggang sa susunod, ingat, babus!